I did, Justin. Thank you. Just fine, Keith. Thank you, Ricardo. God damn it. Fucking shit. There we go. Chris, hello. Good for you, Mouse. What does it say, Yorker? And I'm not on Reddit, so I don't know. Newfoundland, how you doing? I am, Ricardo. I did, Ghost. Thank you. And what does it mean when you say there's an entire Reddit post? I mean, how big is a post? Yes, we did see the baby sea turtles. They called you a misandrist on the left-wing male advocate subreddit? What? What does it even mean? I've heard that before. Let's see what I am today. Well, that's not what I wanted. The lefters, the left-leaning people are going after me? Interesting. I mean, they think that I hold a hatred against men? Oh, fuck me running. Let's see what. I don't even do. Can you have to create an account to see it? What does upvotes mean? What does that mean? Tom Powell Jr. is a misandrist. I heavily disagree with him on gender issues, which are part of social issues. I agree with women's rights and having rights to their bodies, Tom often talks about. Okay. You don't have to create an account. Yeah. Oh, they linked several of my YouTube videos. That's good. Bad mouthing men. Oh, Jesus. Powell is an imbecile. This guy is a goof. One video, a comment section was full of leftist brand of homophobia when it comes to calling MAGA men gay. So is Hawk's podcast. Here we go. This is good. Tom Powell isn't even left-wing. He's a centrist liberal who complains that Bernie Sanders supporters are far left, even though in my other country that he's an... he once said in a video that he's center left. Yes, I did. I don't even know who Mark Driscoll is, but they say I'm the Mark Driscoll of the left. He's a real fucking asshole. Oh, Grizzly Bear Adams. Okay. Massachusetts, hello. Reddit users can be insane. Reddit is a cesspool. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on it. Oh, well, that's cool, Yorker, I guess. Must be doing something right if they're talking about me on platforms I'm never even on. Guys, if you could tap the heart or the screen, Conley, hello. Conley, you probably did. You know me. The only Reddit page I go on is Political Optimism, somebody said. No, I don't like Rivers as the quarterback. I had it, not now. Southern California. Bell pepper with cream cheese, pass on that for me. Two things I don't want to eat. What does that mean that you have over 15,000 hours on Reddit? Is that how they log you? Is track you by how many hours you've been on it? Can you guys hear that? Do you ever get recognized in public? Yes. I don't know what they're doing with Mitch McConnell. Oh, you track it on your phone, the number of hours. I don't know what Indy's options are. I'm not even thinking about football right now. Alicia, hello. What is this? All different walks of life, and then went to the Bon Jovi concert Thursday. Is Mitch McConnell alive? I think he is. I think he is. Trip was fine. Trip was great. We got back Sunday. Thank you, SN. They're all fine, Alicia. Throughout the day, Priest. A woman on the cruise ship confused me for Tizzy. Turtles were fine. We rescued 9. Conservatives hate Reddit. Interesting. Yeah, Tizzy got his own show on the Discovery Channel. I got the door closed. Renee can't hear you. Can you hear her? Oh yeah, well, it was a little crowded on the ship. This ship was a little bit bigger than we would like normally. About 5,000 or 6,000 people, guests. Everyone else makes you look bad? What the fuck does that even mean? On one ship? Yeah, that's a mid-sized ship these days. Autocorrect pisses you off, likewise. Yes, my Shaw article. Mm-hmm. Tizzy, not Tim. We just had fast food for dinner. My fridge died. New fridge just got delivered this afternoon. You love the Grateful Dead, so do I. Amen, Justin. No, I did not see the new job FEMA has. Care to elaborate on it? So I think it's an LG. How long have you been live? 14 minutes and 57 seconds. Love your videos. Thank you very much. Did you find out what they were sanding or banging on the ship? No, I did not. Kiss sucks. Okay. Well, thank you, Baron. We are almost to the days between, yes. The Appalachian videos. Oh, with my guest, yes. Yes, Tom, we know. We agree. But please don't spam the comment with the same thing over and over again. No, Priest, they're not. It just depends on what ship you get on as to whether or not they mix it up or they're repetitive. We saw none, Alicia. The kids liked it very much, just a little bit too busy. Does Trump wear diapers? I have no fucking idea. Nor do I give a shit. You know what I mean? The Scottish Highlands are part of the same mountain range as the Appalachians. Yes, they are. Who do you think the Republicans will choose their presidential nominee? Who the fuck knows? All depends on what Trump wants to do. There's always food on the ship that I enjoy. Get up on all of it, that's all. When did I last see Michael? Who? Bring on the blue wave, let's hope. Clyde and the Cats missed you. Yeah, immensely. They always do. Michael Afton. I don't even know who the fuck that is. How and who are they choose to be the worst possible option? Listen, it all depends on is he alive when the next election rolls around? Is he not? Probably just the right length, French. We were doing a lot of stuff. We were moving around a lot. 4 days off the ship in a row. Oh no, we have somebody that stays at the house every day, sleeps at the house the whole shooting match. Yeah, we're getting a lot out of the garden now. A lot of jalapenos and cucumbers right now, zucchinis. Have I been to Tennessee? Yes. What is this about Kent State? Do you worry about ICE being at the polls? Yeah, that's definitely something to worry about. Good old Rocky Top. Yeah, the Big Mac probably will do its job. Thank you very much, Kat, for the $2 donation. I appreciate that. Much love. Appreciate your videos. I appreciate the $2. Every $2 helps. Everyone is waiting for the big, beautiful obituary. Yeah, they are. McDonald's will save America. I mean, it is reported that he eats between 5 and 12 Big Macs a day. Oh, my music taste, it sways back and forth. That's a third of our coffee money for the day. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't drink coffee, so I don't have that particular issue. Yes, I saw some of Jesse Wells' videos. McDonald's versus best healthcare in the world, 24/7. Well, I appreciate that, Alicia. Was anyone being an ass to me specifically on the ship? No. There are always rude people that just walk in front of you, stop mid walk, just jump on the elevators even though you've been waiting, shit like that. But I mean, that's always the case. Oh yeah, I can't stand coffee. I never touch it. Would I want to live in the country? Well, I have no problem living in the country. I've lived in the country before. I don't see myself living in the country because I want to be close to things like doctors and hospitals and restaurants and shit like that. But I mean, I wouldn't mind it. There was this footage of a teenager that was going around assaulting people on a cruise ship. He's lucky he didn't get his ass kicked then. If you wait an hour or so to drink coffee after waking, it's less addictive. I Google this. I swear to God, it's true. Chugging a tall ice cold glass of water will wake you up more than drinking coffee. Few people scan the QR codes on the rubber ducks I left. Yes. Trump has access to the best doctors. Yeah, but the best doctors can only keep a dying body alive so long. Ooh, quitting smoking, that's a rough one. You think they dose his food with medicine like a dog? I could see that. The problem is he eats a lot of fast food and he pulls it directly out of the bag. Eh, Yeah, that's a problem. Oh, I can't do the Mountain Dews anymore. Yeah, Trump is going downhill rapidly. When you see the images of him, he, I think he's actively dying. I mean, we're all actively dying, but you know what I mean. First day with the new lips. A lot of people say that. Why doesn't somebody just go to the hospital and see if Mitch McConnell's alive? Because that's not a thing. You can't just walk in the hospital and demand to see a patient that you're not related to. It's just not how any of that works. Yeah, I used to drink a 1 liter of Mountain Dew every single day back in the day. I can't touch it now. I haven't had a Mountain Dew in years. Oh no, I don't ever actually eat tacos online. This is just a way for me to connect with the people that watch the videos. And then my wife and I go live usually on Saturday nights. And I've been doing this live on Wednesday nights where I have a guest on. Eh, it's okay. Uh, I don't know. Thinking about maybe sacking it and bringing back the podcast. I don't know. Just all things you toss around with projects. Doesn't someone have to taste any food that comes into the White House from the White House? It depends on him. If he doesn't want that, you know what I mean? Oh, my book is stagnant as fuck. Please like and subscribe. Yes, that would be nice. You can become a paying member here. You don't get anything special other than your name lit up in the comment section, but it is a way to financially support the work that I do for just $5 a month. Um, yeah, it violates patient privacy. You can't just walk in and go, "I want to see this patient." You know what I mean? Unfortunately, from a standpoint of a Mitch McConnell's type story, because he does serve the people. But even Mitch McConnell is entitled to medical privacy. Do I like Hawaiian barbecue? I don't know that I've ever had Hawaiian barbecue. Big Jer. It doesn't matter, Alicia. You can't just do that. Jersey Mike's makes a solid sub. What do I got there? Dubage. If there's one thing Texas got right, it's the barbecue. I would imagine that there's got to be more than one thing. See, that's the thing. Everybody's getting pissed at Andy Beshear in Kentucky, the Democratic governor, because he's not doing enough about the Mitch McConnell thing. He can't do anything. He's been asking questions ever since it happened, and he has no power beyond that whatsoever. Chris, thank you very much for the $5 tip. Trump's rhetoric about the 2020 election can best be summed up in the first 2 minutes of season 2, episode 18 of The Munsters. You're going to have to describe it to us, man. I can't exactly pull it up here now because it'll get a violation on the live. Did anything wild or crazy happen on our vacation? No. Took a car service to the airport, got on a plane, flew to Miami, took a car service to the hotel, tucked in for the night, took a car service to the port the next morning, got on the cruise ship, did the cruise, got off the cruise, took a car service to the airport, flew back, took a car service out. The usual. Priest, you take it easy, man. If there were any sexy stories, you wouldn't be hearing them from me. Try CapCut syncing gym clip template now. CapCut, I haven't used you in like fucking 3 years. Why do you keep notifying me of shit? Just seems weird, you know? It's like, get the fucking memo. I don't use your platform. What happens on the cruise ship stays on the cruise ship. Listen, just to use, we had a party of 5 with us on this one. It wasn't just Renee and I. What is this? Huh? Top fans, what? God, these fucking social media apps that just continuously rank where fans slot. It's such shit. The father, Herman, loses a family vacation vote 4-1. He says, I demand a recount because I say the election was fixed. It's just not fair and it's nothing but crooked politics. I've been robbed. Good to hear you had a good time. That does sum up that quite nicely. Thank you, Robert. I would be the kind of guy to watch the Titanic while on a cruise. You sick bastard. Ashton, hello. Or Jaws. Orca. You've never been on a cruise ship? The next president is probably going to spend the entire term trying to clean up after Trump. Oh, they're going to be burning mattresses by the fucking ton up in that bitch. Yeah, Kamala needs to not do that. Being on a cruise ship is a unique thing. Like I said, it's a floating resort, complete with entertainment, food, swimming, hot tubs, games, live music, and just everything you could kind of ask for floating at sea. I always hit the casino at least one night on a cruise ship, yes. No, I didn't win anything. What about the Shah of Iran? Excuse me. I have to use the restroom. Damn it. Got an infection in my big toe. Colts record prediction with a healthy Danny Dimes. I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule. I haven't really done a deep dive into the schedule. Thank you for the $2 tip, but I wouldn't be prepared to put that together for you right now. Travis, hello. I honestly think we don't need a two-party system. Only politicians worth electing are the ones not bought by PACs. Okay? Tell us how we get there. Realistically, how do we get there? I don't disagree with you, but how do we get there? When gambling, do you give yourself a hard time with no flexibility, either time-wise or monetarily? No, it's just kind of like I have an idea. Like I have an idea how much I'm willing to drop and if I'm feeling it. That's it. American and Saudi forces struck sites in Iraq used by Iran back. Now we're hitting sites in Iraq. Pooped? You're taking bets on where I've pooped? I've shit in a lot of different places. Places that would probably make you go, huh? Exactly, Rags. In Waga's art gallery, they have an exhibit of old music posters of artists. I saw four posters of the Grateful Dead. Made me think of you. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. What did I miss up here? Are you allowed to use deep sea fishing poles off the back of the cruise ship? No. No, 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 no. The next president is going to age 50 years just trying to get Canada's prime minister to trust them to hold the door. Listen, it's going to be an uphill battle, but we'll get back there. What's your favorite food in Chicago? The Italian beef. The goddamn Italian beef. Passed legislation in Congress with a supermajority firmly separating church and state. Okay, but you don't have the supermajority. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. Sounds great, right? Pass it with a supermajority. Where's the fucking supermajority? You can't just say we're going to pass something with a supermajority and poof, it's going to be solid when you don't even have the supermajority. If you don't mind me asking, yes, it's got to be from Al's, preferably. Considering that you were born when your mom was 16 and you were 8 when she divorced your dad, does that mean she married him in her 20s? She married him at the age of, well, just before I was born. I missed the wedding by 3 months. Ish. Looks like January, February. Question from the UK. Do you think it's fair to say that American democracy has failed a stress test and President Donald J. Trump and major constitutional reform is going to be required to recover from the Orange Crook? It's not going to be required to recover from him. And it's going to be an uphill battle to pass, but it's something that needs, in my opinion, needs to get done. How that goes about happening, I don't know how we convince enough states to ratify such a measure. Who was president when I was born? Richard Nixon. Jimmy, that's early. It's almost 8 p.m. here. It's 7:37 p.m. here. You're telling me that she married him as a minor? Yeah. Different times back then, too. And yeah, it is disturbing. What's my ethnicity? I'm a fucking white mutt.
Five that need titles.
5 that need titles?
Yeah, the shorts.
Thank you. Hang on a second. The question was ethnicity. On my father's side, it's like, Scottish, Welsh, English folk that have been here for fucking centuries or however many generations, yada, yada, yada. On my mother's side, I am first generation born in America, second generation born in America, Sicilian. My grandfather on my mother's side immigrated when he was 9 from Sicily. On that ship right there. That ship right there. My mother was then the first generation in his family born in America, and I'm the second. Now, what was I looking up? Oh, titles. I need to do titles. Hang on. Give me un momento, por favor. Clemente. Oh, shorts. Dumb fuck. Shorts. Fucking. Yeah, we just recently went to New York and went to Ellis Island, and you're able to digitally look up people in your family that came into the United States through Ellis Island. And I was able to look him up in the database. Hang on a second, I'll show you something. We were able to get this, which is the actual, a copy of the actual manifest of his ship. The page that he's listed on the manifest. So this is from the SS Argentina, passenger sailing from Palermo in August of 1919. If you come down here, he's listed here, La Fura, under 18, La Fura Gaetano, age 9, male, underage. Can he read? No. He's too underage. Can he write? No. Nationality, Italian, South Palermo. Who does he have here? The name and complete address of the nearest relative or friend in the country, his great-grandmother in Chicago. And so you're able to get a printout of that if you can find the people in the database system. And so we did. So now I know the month he came in, the ship he came in, how old he was, who he was going to see. And I already knew some of the other factors, like how they changed his name when he came through Ellis Island. Did I ever meet him? Oh yeah, it was the grandfather that I knew growing up. That's the guy that gave me sips of homemade red wine and showed me Playboy magazines when I was a wee lad. But it's a pretty cool thing that you can go look up, get a copy if you want. You can see the ship that they came in on, or images of it, and pictures of it there. The Chicago typewriter. What's that? Sorry, I'm throwing titles on the few shorts that needed titles. My apologies. What's the subject? There is no subject. It's whatever comes up in the comment section here. You were typing and from Chicago. Oh, gotcha. Don is making Nixon look good. Yeah, Nixon, I think, was already a good president. So, you know what I mean? He just did some crooked shit at the end. But, yeah, Trump is the worst ever. Oh, come on. Okay, that works. No, didn't get to see any whales or wildlife from the ship this time. No dolphins, no whales, no fucking nada. You loved Showbiz Pizza. It was where a kid could be a kid. Do I think Mitch McConnell is alive? Yes. Have you seen the EDP 445 documentary? No. Not even a swordfish. Nope. Is he the grandfather that sold suits out of his car, the trunk of his car? He didn't sell suits out of the trunk of his car. He knew a guy that did shit like that. My grandfather worked in the city as a cab driver, and he got to know this guy named Manny the Greek. And Manny the Greek had a station wagon, and he would drive out all over the city of Chicago and the suburbs with whatever the hell he had. I think he just maybe once a month. You saw Manny the Greek, and he would show up, and maybe he'd have some shoes, maybe he'd have some dresses, maybe he'd have some suits, maybe he'd have some dress shirts or some ties or some slacks. You could all kinds of stuff in the back of Manny's car, because it was all stuff that fell off of a truck. You know what I mean? And so Manny would pull up outside, and we'd all go out and see what Manny the Greek had in the car. It was from Chicago. Oh, I think Mitch is still alive. I just think that he is, like you guys are saying, he's alive, but he's not alive. You know what I'm saying? He's physically alive, but is he ever coming back from this? No. No, he's done. Mitch McConnell will probably die this year from old age. Do I think Epstein is still alive? No. Would have never guessed Lindsay would have died before Mitch. I don't think that Mitch spoke out as much against Russia as Lindsay did. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. We have 66 people in here. We have 52 likes, and we are rocking $10.98 worth of donations so far tonight. Thank you guys very much, sincerely. When do you think Grassley is going to pass? I'm surprised the motherfucker hasn't already. He's like 174 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. I shall keep it up. So humid in Mumbai. You have 5 dehumidifiers in the house and have to empty them multiple times a day. Fuck. Hamburgers or hot dogs? Hamburgers, come on. Lindsay liked war. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Have you been to California? More than a few times, yes. Grassley has been a senator for a third of Iowa's statehood. What is your favorite families? Huh? What's my favorite subject? As far as what? Chuck Grassley will be 93 in September. See, these fucking guys need to go. It's winter in Australia and it's 11 degrees. That's Celsius, though. What does that translate to in Fahrenheit? I have never watched a single Home Alone movie. Never mind. Sorry. Wounder? $11 degrees in Australia. Man, that's spring in Newfoundland. No, I don't want to be president. What our founding fathers would think about the government if they were still alive today, I think they would all go, oh, fuck, man, we did not do enough to safeguard against this shit. However, I also think if the founding fathers came back to life right now in 2026, not only would they be absolutely horrified at the State of the Union, but I think that they would look around and go, wait a minute, you guys haven't updated this fucking thing in 400 years or however many 100 years it is? We left you guys the ability to change it and kind of suggested that you did often. You haven't updated a fucking thing? I think that they would be stunned at that revelation. Is Trump the biggest asshole in U.S. history? I don't know. I think he's the biggest threat to our democracy in U.S. history, but I mean, I'm sure that there are plenty of people that were even bigger. See, he's evil, but, and an asshole, but I think that there are people out there that are probably a bigger asshole than him, you know what I mean? Then again, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he's just that much of a fucking asshole. Maybe he is nothing more than 350 pounds of liquefied rhinoceros shit poured into a cheaply made Chinese suit. Who is the greatest Indianapolis Colt of all time? Peyton motherfucking Manning. I have not read Regime Change. You thought McCarthy was a bigger asshole? Okay. Is there anything you regret not bringing on your cruise? No, because I brought everything. I moved into that motherfucker. I believe in the Big Bang Theory more than I believe in the theory of creation. Oh, no. You do not put the vetting of Graham Plattner on the Democrats. The Democrats didn't want Graham Plattner. The Democratic Socialists of America wanted Graham Plattner, and they didn't vet him. The Democrats have the Democratic governor, the current Democratic governor of Maine, Susan Mills, and that's who they wanted. And the Democratic Socialists of America never came to the Democrats to say, hey, could you please help us vet this guy? And so that motherfucker went unvetted, not as a result of the Democrats. What's the strangest thing you've seen on a cruise ship? It might be this last cruise that we just got off of. I shit you not, man. There was a woman sleeping on the pool deck, out in the open, blanket over her, sleeping on a chair or on a bench with her luggage. On the second to last night we were on the ship. Somebody got into an argument and said, "Get the fuck out," and kicked her ass out of a fucking cabin somewhere. And she spent the rest of that cruise, I guess, on that fucking pool deck, which is brutal. Do I think Troy Jackson can win Maine? Do I think he can? Maybe. Do I think he will? No. No, Susan Collins is going to win that seat. Paleo, we were probably steamrolling towards that point in time. I don't know how far away we are. I don't know how close we are, but we are definitely heading in that direction. Do I believe in the Illuminati? The fuck? I don't know. You know, it's a little bit above my pay grade at the moment. Not weird, but crazy. Pease found a kid wandering around because their parents sent them to get pizza on their own and they got lost. She was like 10ish. Yeah, see. You gotta know what your kids can and can't do. What's UBI? Universal Basic Income. It is the theory that the government uses tax revenue to give American citizens income. Now, the theory is not, it right now is not that you completely replace somebody's income, but maybe something in the neighborhood of, let's say, 1,500 a month extra, 2,000 a month extra, something of that nature. But the working theory is that automation is going to reach a level where the machines take so many of the jobs that there simply are not enough jobs for the human beings on the planet. So it's not like the human beings can't work, it's that there's no jobs for them. So then the theory is you tax those companies that have no employees so that you can provide income for the people that simply cannot get a job because there are none. And they get their income then taken care of by the federal government through UBI, Universal Basic Income. Am I a Medicare for All supporter? Yes. Do I think Newsom has a fair shot at being president? Yes. Who do you think was the best president we had in the last 50 years, and who do you think was the worst president in the last 50 years? Well, I'm 54 years old. So I would say the best president in the last 50 years was Barack Obama. The worst was Donald Trump. Did you have the best trip ever? No, but I had a damn good one. We can literally tax billionaires 5 to 10% more a couple of years and didn't pay for it. Some woman who Newsom cheated with is now coming out. Oh, I'd like to see that story because it deserves its attention. Listen, you got me for a couple more minutes because I'm exhausted. I think everybody should have a political background. I think this notion of I don't want a politician being my politician is fucking insane. So should they? Yes. Is there a way to mandate that? I mean, maybe. I just don't see it happening. What is that a picture of? A crocodile? An alligator? What the fuck is that? Bill Clinton years were productive compared to now? Oh, Bill Clinton oversaw the creation of 22 million new jobs in the United States of America. He had a balanced budget for 6 of the 8 years he was in Congress by working with a Republican Congress, or in the White House by working with a Republican Congress. They got a lot done. Now, you asked the last 50 years who the best president was in the last 50 years. If you say the best president of my lifetime, it's probably still going to be Obama. But see, like if it's the last 50 years, I would say it's Obama's the best of my lifetime, followed by Bill Clinton. You say in my lifetime, I'd say Obama's the best, followed very closely by Richard Nixon. Neil Young once said even Richard Nixon has a soul. Government did things for American people before PACs. Yes, they did. I need a shower. Jesus Christ. I remember Gary Hart, yes. Imagine leaving the office with a surplus. Yep. That's exactly what Bill Clinton did. He handed a balanced budget and a surplus off to George W. Bush. Do you support Mamdani? I mean, yeah, I don't have a reason not to, but, you know, like anybody else, with Mamdani or anybody else, I'd like to see his shit play out for a little bit, you know, see how it works. Favorite wild? We didn't spot a lot of wildlife on vacation. We did a lot of stuff, but we didn't, like my kids, they snorkeled and saw fish. Cheers or Night Court? Ooh. Wow. Cheers is an all-time classic, but for me, it's got to be Night Court. The Supreme Court doesn't have to say that Trump can't run again. The fucking Constitution already says it. Do I eat fast food? I had Taco Bell tonight because my fridge died. All right, people. Yes, indeed. All right, guys, listen, it's 8 o'clock and I am fucking exhausted, and it is the first Tuesday back from vacation. We literally landed Sunday afternoon, so we're still getting our bearings straight, and I am tired as fuck. So I am going to go put my feet up. If you guys could watch the fuck out of the videos, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm thinking about restarting the podcast, but I don't know. You guys give me some feedback in the comments of the videos.